And so this next topic in part one is breaks. And here we're talking about breaks in the working day or breaks during the day, like a tea break or a coffee break, rather than a vacation where you can also take a break. This is more about those breaks during the day. So here are the typical questions you may get. Do you prefer a long break or several short breaks? How often do you take a break? What do you usually do during a break? Why do you need to take a break? Okay, so let's have a look at two of those questions. I'll take the first one. Do you prefer a long break or several short breaks? Tell me your answer. Interesting. Great. Okay. Again, think on your feet. So this kind of question is, do you prefer A or B? Then you don't have to talk about both. Of course, you'll choose one, but it's also good, if possible, to compare the two because we're looking at comparative and comparison language here. So let me show you a possible answer and then we'll look at the language behind it. So do you prefer to take a long break or several short breaks? By and large, I prefer several short breaks, mainly because I have a bit of a short attention span, but also I think it's much more productive actually to have more frequent breaks. That said, I do have a long lunch break. Okay, let's have a look at some of the language here. So I began by and large, which is another way of saying overall or generally speaking. By and large, the and, you don't need the d, it's just by and large. By and large, okay, it's a nice chunk, right? I prefer short breaks. Why? Of course, you want to give your opinion and say why. Well, because I have a short attention span. Great collocation, short attention span. That means I cannot focus for a long time on the same thing. I have a short attention span. I think these days so many people have short attention spans, right? Now, again, natural English, rather than saying I have a short attention span, we tend to say I have a bit of a. I have a bit of a. And it just reduces the strength. And it means literally a small bit. So I have a bit of a, not a huge problem, right? But I have a bit of a short attention span. So it's very nice natural English. It's much more productive. So here you've got a nice comparison. It's more productive. It's much more productive. Showing off your language, your grammar of comparisons. Frequent breaks, again, to have more frequent breaks. So frequent is often an adverb, right? I frequently do something. Here we're using it as an adjective, frequent breaks. That said just means but. It's a much more natural way, right? As you'll see in other answers. That said, I do like to have a long lunch break. Who doesn't? Right, there, some interesting language. Let's look at the next question. Okay, the next question is, what do you usually do during a break? So here you may want to say one or two things that you do. Keep it personal. It's about your own experience, right? What exactly do you do? So without thinking too much, just tell me now, what do you usually do during a break? Right, great. So I'll tell you what I usually do, right? Sometimes I'll pop out for a quick coffee so I can stretch my legs as well. And other times I might go and chat with some colleagues. A bunch of them usually go for a smoke outside, so I might join them, even though I'm not a smoker. Okay, so they're two simple examples, right? Let's have a look at the language. Sometimes I'll. Now, why is it I'll? I will. I will is often the future, but it's also used for present habit. In the morning, I'll get up at 7 o'clock. I'll have a cup of coffee, then I'll go to work. It also emphasizes the habit. That's nice. So here, I'll pop out. Pop out just means go out, but it's a nice phrasal verb. It's to pop out is to go out quickly. Because it's a break, then you want to go out quite quickly. Otherwise, your boss will come in and, where have you been? So I'll pop out for a quick coffee. Quick coffee, nice. Quick coffee, a quick lunch, a long lunch. So notice the collocations here. And a nice idiomatic expression here, stretch my legs. I don't literally stretch my legs as in do exercise. I just go for a walk, right? So I can stretch my legs. Stretch. Make sure you're getting the ch sound. Stretch. I can stretch my legs. Stretch my legs. So we said I will do something, or I might, right? If it's not a habit every time, but sometimes I might do this. I might go and chat. I might do that. A bunch of them just means a group of them. Again, slightly higher level language. Instead of a group of them, a bunch of them. A bunch is normally used with a bunch of grapes, a bunch of balloons, a bunch of flowers, but a bunch of people, right? A bunch of friends. So it's nice. Go for a smoke. So that's a common construction. Go for a something. Go for a walk. Go for a jog. Go for a run. Go for a smoke. Go for a swim. Any kind of activity, often sport, but I don't think smoking is a sport. So also other activities, right? Go for a smoke. Go for a. Go for a smoke. Okay, it's nice. Even though I'm not a smoker, it's true. I don't smoke, but I don't mind that they're smoking because we just chat. It's a nice chance to chat, and it's outdoors. Anyway, that is, I was going to say smoking, that is breaks.